Spawning in the lower right as the orange Zerg we've got from Root Gaming, Neuro.
And his opponent in the top left, spawning as the red Protoss. He's down one game, but can he bring it back with his mittens? It is PvP.
Did he match his mittens to his in-game color?
That's pretty smart.
Sure they were red.
No, because he's been blue. He was blue earlier when he was playing Aoret.
Shh, Chestnuts, don't ruin it. Make it be meta.
Good observation.
Alright, this is some high-level play we're watching here, you guys. Both players handicapped, but still playing at a very high-level Grandmaster.
Absolutely. So standard openers so far, nothing too flashy. Both players just kind of wanting to take it to that next little stage of the game.
Both players want to macro up. Neuro is going to go for the gas opening once again, as we saw him do last game. Does allow him to get the Zergling speed early and take that map control. This map, I feel like, is quite nice for maybe Mutalisk play, as it does have the nice open spaces next to both the main and the natural, which you can probably abuse with air. But then again, that you could say that the same for Skytoss. So will we see PvP opt to go for the Disruptor Robo play again, or will he actually open Stargate this time? My bet is probably on the Stargate opening.
Yeah, I would agree. I almost have to imagine he will go back to a Stargate style. That Disruptor drop seems like the kind of thing that you pull out once in a series, kind of an interesting little trick, but not something that I think he'll go back to.
Yeah, something that you just hope does damage, but, you know, if it doesn't, then you're probably not going to do it again.
Right, exactly.
The only caveat to that would be it's as a mind game. Well, the opponent might think, oh, there's no way he'll do that 2 games in a row. And then he does.
Failed the first game. Badly.
Yeah, very true.
Right.
So he's like, he's not going to do it again since it failed to. And then he does it again, and it just doesn't expect it. And this time it works.
Although Neuro is no slouch when it comes to scouting, right? He, as Livibee pointed out, is getting that that gas early to get the link speed, to get map control. He's sending overlords. He's doing all of the things right that he needs to have full information in this game.
Yeah. Not only does he do the initial overlord scout, in which he gets away with, because your Protoss opponent doesn't have that Stalker or Sentry to deny the overlord most of the time. So it's a safe bet that he can get away with the initial Overlord Scout, with the first one that goes across the map. And then he also follows up with an Overseer Scout on top of that, just to double confirm the opponent's tech. And I feel like that's what ZVP is all about. It's about knowing the tech and limiting the economy. But now I see PvP going out with that double Adept pressure. And Neuro, another 4 Lings in production to try and deal with this, but not before getting a couple of drone kills.
Nicely done, and that one Adept does shade away. We see the Robo and Twilight going down for PvP, so it looks like perhaps an Archon drop. Interesting that he's chosen to go for this with no Stargate in front, which is kind of usually the way that we see players implement this build.
Yeah, it looks like he might even have the option to open Dark Templar into Archon pressure.
Yeah, and that is something that I know PvP does favor.
Oh yeah, it's really strong. It's a great timing in the current meta. And Neuro actually deciding to take advantage of the fact that PvP doesn't have any defense at the moment and trying to take down a gateway, and it's so low. The shield battery is out of energy and it looks like it's gonna fall.
Yeah, PvP in a little bit of a troublesome spot here.
Yeah, big yikes for PvP. The Stalker finally does come out and does gonna force Neuro to back up for now, is it? Or is he just gonna take some Zergling lock?
Sure. He does pull back.
For now. Ooh, maybe he wants to take the that life of the pylon. It will actually unpower everything momentarily. Holy moly, it is on the lowest. Hey, there it goes, finally full.
There, yeah. If you're gonna commit that far, you have to finish it, right?
Yeah, really obscure wall off now here from PvP. He's only got one very lonely Stalker to defend against this. Reinforcement Lings coming in, and Neuro's going to be targeting down this Cybernetics. shield battery finally kicks in and looks like it's going to be able to Neuro back for now.
Yeah, I think I like that decision by Neuro. I mean, he could have been stubborn and given up all the lings, but I think he would have only just not quite finished that Cyber, so not really worth it. And we see a big swell of gateways and charge about to finish for PvP, so he's looking to get aggressive here.
Yeah, the only thing I'm really bit worried for Neuro about is that, sure, he's got great economy right now, but he hasn't scouted the gateways, the gateway timings for PvP. He is going to be making some safety units anyway, but with a lot of immortal charge lots incoming across the map any moment now, he's going to be in a bit of a pickly situation. We'll just have to see if he's able to.
He does have that Overlord coming in right now, and does, Overseer, I'm sorry, and does get the scout on all of those gateways.
Yeah, he should be fine now that he scouted it before the pressure has initiated. So PvP has a lot of Zealots at the moment, and Zealots with charge are actually really deadly.
Yeah, I know this build in particular is pretty difficult for Zerx to hold. I, of course, have only been on the Zealot side of the equation, so I just kind of A-click, but I'm sure, Livibee, you could speak to the difficulty of holding this build.
Yeah, you definitely need to have an overwhelming number of units before the attack hits. And luckily for Neuro, he does. He's actually being the aggressor right now. He's going to probably just do a little bit of kiting, but behind this he'll be making non-stop units. You have to remember, before this attack began, PvP lost a gateway, thanks to Neuro's zergling pressure. So it's not going to be as strong as it otherwise would be. And reinforcement Roach Lane comes in, and it's just like an overwhelming amount of units here for PvP to deal with. Look at the supply, 130 against PvP's only just fresh 7.
Huge difference. And, another thing to point out here is that PvP's move out was delayed because there was an Immortal on the opposite side of the wall. So he had to wait for the Prism to finish to pick that Immortal up and drop it. Where normally when you move out with this type of build, you want to be moving across the map and have the Prism rally to your army, not moving with it, if that makes sense.
And can we just point out once again that this tournament right now is for Able Gaber's charity, so both players have to play with a handicap. And this handicap for Neuro is zoomed in, and PvP is playing with mittens on.